So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with him, and I'm going to do a little bit of trimming on him. Now this is something, the dobies that come in your shop, especially the dogs that have the cropped ears, it makes such a big difference when you clean and tidy up those ears. Now you can see when his ears are up, see all this long hair in here? What you want is to have that nice wedge-shaped look. So when he's got all of this stuff bushing out, it makes him look really wide through his cheeks and his back skull. And so we're just gonna show you some easy ways to just kind of tidy that up a little bit. Just lower him a little bit. Good dog. Excellent. That's a good boy. Now, usually what I do, now he is a puppy and his mom has done this, I think, once or twice to him. So, but usually what I do is I start off, especially if it's a dog that, you know, first time in your shop and you're not sure if he's had this done before. So usually what I do is I just kind of start off by touching that area with my hand. So it's a pleasant feel, but I've got the clipper running. He can feel this clipper actually has very little vibration, but he can feel all of that through my hand and the sound and everything before you actually get into cutting. So we're just going to take off all this fuzzy stuff on the inside of the ear canal.
And if you'll notice, she's using her forearm as kind of a guide. She's kind of blocking his head or holding his head so he can't maneuver towards her, just to give her a little bit more control over him.
And then this stuff all in here, this cowlick right here, we can take this down so that we've got a nice clean look right here. Now on the outside edge of his ear, I find it very hard, especially your dobies and even your schnauzers that have this, I think he's got a really pretty crop to his ear, but to try to scissor that is really difficult. So what I usually do is I take the skin on the outside of the ear and kind of roll it towards the inside. So I'm actually kind of using these fingers here, and then you just take your clipper and just go right off the edge of the ear this way. And you can see how nice and clean you can get that without having to go in there with a pair of scissors and you know, worry about cutting them.
The key to doing that is holding the ear tight. And you notice she's got her fingers on the back of the dog's ear so she can actually feel where that clipper goes as she's clipping the dog's ear. But you want to make sure that ear leather is stretched out nice and tight so you don't take a chance of cutting the dog.
Good boy. And you can see just in that little bit the difference that it makes. Look this way. And just kind of cleaning up all this fuzzy stuff on his ear. Just a little bit tighter. Okay, and the same thing on this one. So I'm going to start off just by this fuzzy stuff down in the ear canal, and I'm clipping out towards the edge of his ear. And I kind of roll this clipper is the Bravera made by Wall, and I don't want to, I'm doing the inside of his ear with, I actually did the inside with a 30, I did the edging with a 40, but this cowlick right here, if I were to do this with a 30 or 40, it might tend to make like a really bald patch right here. So with this clipper, I just back it off one more notch. So I actually did this with a 15, so I can get this part of the back part of his ear and the cowlick in the front part of his ear nice and clean without making it look like a big bald spot. Now I'm going to go, and the same thing, I'm using my thumb on, it's all right, I'm using my thumb on the outside, and so even from standing behind him I can see, so I'm just kind of working my way up his ear, and just kind of push that hair towards the edge of the ear, and then you can get it all nice and clean. Toilet flush. Good boy.
He's being good.
He's being very good.
7 month old.
For all the noise he caused earlier.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, and I'm not going to clip the outside of his ear. I want that's already nice and smooth. I want that to stay very natural looking. But just by taking and this area right here, the back part of his ear, I clip up here, and it just really cleans up the whole look of the back part of his head. And then I'm also going to take off these whiskers right here. And I'm pretty sure that removing the whiskers in the ring is actually optional, but I think most are doing it.